picked my program because I really wanted to immerse myself in the Italian culture, and my advisor, Dwight Handspike, really convinced me that AUR was the right choice since that's what I wanted to do. Classes were very different because they were much smaller. They were 10 to 15 people, maybe even less than 10, and the teachers were really interested in what's going on in everybody's lives and what they're learning about Italy. Tons of classes were available. For me, I took a business course and an Italian course, but it's a 4-year degree granting university, so they have pretty much everything you can imagine. My favorite class was my Italian class because it really helped me get around and helped me understand, obviously, the language and what other people were saying that I would meet. You can definitely take elective credits. The Italian class that I took was an elective credit, and I just would recommend talking to your advisor before you make any life-changing decisions. Not knowing the language is not a problem at all. A bunch of Italians speak English, but I would definitely recommend knowing some basic terms like, where's the bathroom? My favorite phrase that I learned in Italian is il conto per favore, which means can I get the check please? And you'll see why. Some advice that I have for immersing yourself in a new language is to practice and use it every day, because if you don't, you're going to forget it, and it's super helpful when you're trying to get around the country. Amazing. The food was absolutely delicious and very cheap, relatively. It depends on what you got, but you could get a whole bowl of pasta for €8. Italians really like to wine and dine you, so if you're ready to go, you need to tell them because they will keep you there all night, so definitely be prepared for that. Italians really love to wear black everything, so definitely pack some black. I walked pretty much everywhere, but they also have a tram system which goes to and from basically anywhere you would need to go, and it's pretty reliable, so I took that as well. Public transportation was very crowded. Like I said, they have a tram system, but you definitely need to prepare for a big crowd on every tram that you get on, and make sure that you have your card because you can be ticketed if you don't have it and you don't scan it in every time you go on the tram. Definitely the Vatican. You need to see the Sistine Chapel. It's just a must. Most surprising thing that I saw was the Italian transportation workers actually went on strike, and the trains, trams, buses, everything was shut down for a whole 24 hours and couldn't get around. The housing situation, so it's an apartment style living situation, and I lived with 5 other girls, and it's in a place called Trastevere, which is just a tiny town in Rome. It was a very nice place to live, super safe, and yeah. The people I lived with were actually other MSU students on a different program, so it was really easy to find common ground with them and connect with them really quickly. For keeping in touch with people, I got an Italian SIM card. I used the company Vodafone, so I could call within Italy and as well as back home, but I also got the app WhatsApp, which is usable with Wi-Fi, so you can text pretty much anyone that has the app. The people in my program were super friendly and super easy to get along with. There were a bunch of MSU students, but also a bunch of other students from across the United States as well as across the world. There were people from Turkey, there was anyone that you could imagine, and it was a really fun environment. I think that you can immerse yourself in the culture by trying to speak the language as well as trying to get to know your Italian neighbors, because you're surrounded by the Italians in your apartment lifestyle that you have there, so definitely get to know the people that you are surrounded by. My favorite place that I traveled to was the Amalfi Coast, so if you ever go, Positano, it's beautiful, but definitely prepare for the black rock beaches. They're very hot. Super easy to travel from place to place. There's a train that leaves from Rome to Florence every 30 minutes, so that's always an option. But getting around Italy is super easy, and getting around Europe as a whole, also really easy. There's the Eurorail, which is just super convenient. The weather, it's pretty much the same as here, a little bit warmer, but I was there in the summer, so there was a little bit of rain, but pretty much every other day was 95 and sunny, so definitely bring some sunscreen and some aloe. Thank you.